So I love Spider-Man Homecoming. It was my favorite Spider-Man movie until I finally saw Into the Spider-Verse, which you should all be watching. I know when Peter disappeared in Infinity War that he'd be back, but I still cried 2 times at the movie theater. That's how much I like this Peter Parker.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sorry.
So, when I saw that the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home dropped today, I was not only surprised, but I was actually really happy because we finally get to see what's going to be the next step in the Spider-Man, mythology or this version of him. So what I'm going to do today is go ahead and break down what happened in that trailer and what I thought, and hopefully we can have a discussion in the comment section below about what you all thought also. So one of the first things that I noticed that is that in the title card for the actual trailer, it called it a teaser. But when you start watching the trailer, not only is it almost 3 minutes, but they actually call it an official trailer there. So I was a tad bit confused, but once again, still happy that we're going to get, a little bit more than what we got for Infinity War in that teaser, because that was truly just a teaser. So we saw Aunt May doing something for like a homeless charity or something, and pause already. Melissa Tomei looked so good. It was almost surprising. I was like, wow, I did not know that she was even, not that she wasn't, not that I didn't know that she was pretty, but I was like, wow, she really looks gorgeous in this trailer. This is definitely a different Aunt May, and we thought it was different the last time. What I noticed at the benefit thing is that Happy had went ahead and brought in a check that had Pepper's name signed on it. So I have been seeing a couple people say that they think that Tony may be dead from the end of Infinity War. But I think that maybe Pepper got more things to do. And I'm sure that they don't want to keep paying Robert Downey Jr., $1 million+ to show up in these movies. So I think they was making a good economic choice. Another thing that was really interesting in the trailer was how Peter almost seemed a little reluctant to go to Italy and still be Spider-Man. I think the first time what we got and what we usually get from him is, excitement because he's part of the group, because he's doing X, Y, Z. But I think it's a really cool turn to see him not really embracing it as much and maybe having a few reservations, because I think that that's what normal people would do. Initially it's fun, it's great, and then all this stuff starts happening to you, and then it is kind of like, hey, I want to be a little bit more normal. Especially when I'm going out going out the country to vacation. I want a vacation from everything, including being a Spider-Man. So I thought that was a really interesting change, and I'm excited to kind of see where they go with that. Wow, Venice, Italy is so gorgeous, and I think that was a really good change to not do like something like London, which is what I thought they were gonna do when I initially heard the name from Far From Home, or like a Tokyo even. But I like that they picked somewhere that's a little bit more, classic looking, because with the classic New York character like Spider-Man being somewhere in Italy where there's not saying there's not a lot of places that he can swing, but it definitely isn't known for skyscrapers or known for anything like that. So I think that that's a really cool change. Another thing that I liked a lot was MJ in her sarcastic personality. I'm happy to see that that's back. And I'm happy to see that they didn't like glam Zendaya up a lot. We all know that she's a gorgeous girl. And I think this is really cool that she's in such a huge movie and she doesn't have to be as glamorous as she usually is. And she's still really pretty. So I think that's a great change. And I think something for maybe little girls to look up to, where they don't have to be completely gorgeous. So one of the standout moments from the trailer is definitely Nick Fury shooting a tranquilizer gun at Ned. And my first thought was definitely, is this legal? Can you just tranquilize kids like this? I think that Nick Fury may be in some legal trouble once this is all said and done, if he hasn't been dusted. I also saw that it was really cool to see Nick and what looks like Maria or Agent Hill. It was cool to see them fighting like the molten rock, thing. And then I love the water. I love the water Hydro Man maybe, or whatever water creature that was. That was really cool. I love anything in water. I loved Aquaman a few weeks ago. So anything in water to me is great. So I really think it was cool. It looked different. It's something that we haven't seen. But I'm really thinking that these are B villains because they don't really give me, a huge, scary factor or a huge thought of, okay, this is like real trouble. So definitely these look like that they'll be the B villains or like the side villains or whatever in the movie. That entrance for Mysterio was probably the coolest thing that I've seen in a Marvel movie in a minute. I love the way that he came in the green smoke. I wasn't sure what that was behind him. It looked like it was still Italy, but it was kind of a strange look to it. But Jake Gyllenhaal is absolutely gorgeous here, like he usually is. I've loved him since Brokeback Mountain. Don't judge me.
You are too much for me, ass. You son of a horse and bitch. I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you just let me be, huh? Because of you, Jack, that I'm like this. Nothing.
To be honest, I'm not really a huge Mysterio fan. I don't really know too much about him. I just know the fishbowl head. So I was really curious about the powers. They looked a lot like Doctor Strange from the first movie. And I wasn't sure exactly what was going on with him. It looks like truly him and Peter are going to team up to make it work. So I think that that's really cool. But obviously we all know that Mysterio is a bad guy. And from what I said earlier with the other two villains, they definitely look like side characters. So I'm thinking that there's some kind of trick up his sleeve. So it'll definitely be a treat to see what's going on with that. Because I'm pretty sure that there's something a little bit more sinister going on than just Mysterio helping out Peter out of nowhere. So after getting that cool title card, we get the ending with Flash still being a dick to Peter, but loving Spider-Man. And I feel like that's so close to actually how real life is. A lot of times people will hate you, but they'll like, what you bring to the table or, the people that you're around. So it's really interesting to kind of see that personified with the Peter and Spider-Man relationship and with Flash. So I think that's really cool. I like what they're doing with that. So in all, I actually think this looks like a really cool movie. I'm really excited to see it. I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with it. I'm really excited to see the next trailer. So basically it sounds like I'm really excited. I didn't even mention all the costume changes that Spider-Man had, all the different versions of the spider suit. Where'd they come from? Did they come from Tony? Did Pepper help make them? Did they come from S.H.I.E.L.D.? There's a lot to dissect, and there's a lot of questions still that need to be answered right now. So we'll definitely be looking forward to it coming up with this new movie. I'm really excited for it. Thank you all for sharing with me, with listening to me. If you haven't, please like and subscribe under here. And I am going to be posting more videos. Tuesday and Saturday are the normal days I'll be posting videos. So definitely look out for that. It'll be more like trailer breakdowns, maybe some personal topics, and definitely some opinions on some TV shows that I like to watch. So I definitely look forward to starting a dialogue. So please comment so we can talk about what you all think, and you all have a great day.